Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of TU News, the show that tells you everything you need to know about Teesside University. I'm Jamie Crow.
And I'm Alice Hawley, and coming up on today's show, we talk to some students about flying with the police.
And we embrace our inner leprechaun and learn to make soda bread.
But first, our top story.
Last week saw Teesside University Student Union in election fever.
Emotions were on an all-time high as the candidates took to the stage and waited in high anticipation and nerves as the results were announced.
And as the results were read, there were tears of joy and sadness, the results of weeks of hard work and campaigning.
Total number of votes cast was 1,364, and there is one position available in this election. A candidate needs 682 to win at the first stage. So in round one, surprise, surprise, Jodie Bird got elected with 1,222 votes and was elected.
Welfare officer for 2014-15 with 785 votes is Manon. Well done to Amy.
Your new president of your Students' Union 2014-2015 with 831 votes is Will.
But now we have our winners. Joining us in the studio today are newly elected Activities Officer Jodie Bird, our Welfare Officer Manon Guttrell, and President-elect Will Ridley.
Thank you for joining us today, guys, and congratulations on winning. Second time in your case,
Yeah.
Jodie. How did it feel when your name got read out?
Relieved to say the least. I was, running unopposed, so there was always that pressure that they could reopen the nomination. But it was an amazing feeling again. It's kind of indescribable, the feeling when your name gets read out. It's one of the best experiences probably you feel in your life. So it's amazing.
Manon, how did you feel?
I'm still in shock, to be fair, right now. When my name got read out, it took me a few seconds to actually understand that it was my name. It's been a hell of a week, and I've worked the hardest that I could, and I've had tough competition, but the thing that I've just won is just amazing, but it still hasn't hit yet, so.
And of course, my new president.
It was just pure elation, really. I was just, I worked hard for 2 weeks. I thought I had a good chance, but to hear it actually being read out, as I say, as Jodie said, it was just unbelievable, and still hasn't sunk in.
So would you feel that all the hard work building up to it was worth it?
Oh, definitely. Campaigning week's probably one of the most exhausting, hard-working weeks you'll ever have. But it pays off. The harder you work in that week where elections is open, it does pay off when you get the job, and so it's brilliant.
Yeah, like Jodie said, it is hard work. You literally get up in the morning at 9 and you finish at like 1 in the morning, and you just get at it 24/7. You don't stop.
Yeah, and I felt the same, really. It was hard work, but you had to be where the students are at, so you had to perhaps go out I thought it was good to go out and get my face out as much as possible, and during the week get up early, just to make sure it's in the bag, really. So yeah, it was definitely worth it.
And did you find the process of question time quite strenuous? I know from watching it, it was quite tough.
Obviously this is my second year now, so you get used to the cameras and interviews and things like that. You get media training. So question time for me this year, I enjoyed, and it was quite fun. Last year, to take myself back to last year, it was the most nerve-wracking, horrible experience I've ever had. Because you don't know that much about the job role, so you get fired questions that you might not necessarily not know. But yeah, it's all fun in the end.
Did you feel the 30 seconds was a barrier?
It was the worst experience. You think, you're talking through the questions and you're thinking, oh, I've got 30 seconds. And it's like the longest 30 seconds, but then your speech is only 45 seconds, and it's already time up after 2 seconds. I know it's the word time. Oh no, can't have any more.
Yeah, and you listen to all the other candidates go through there, you think, oh, that's quite a good answer actually, and then but you can't copy it exactly, but you've got to try and put your own slant on it. But luckily I had a few supporters there, and every time I said something they cheered whatever, so that made it a little bit easier, thankfully, a little bit easier.
Well, that's really good. So can you give us any sort of hints about anything you're planning for the SU for next year?
Next year I want to do a lot of work with the university in lobbying facilities for sport and grants and the money that they throw into sport. We're a big university, we've got a student population of 28,000, and I just feel we don't throw enough money into sport. So I'll be spending a lot of my time getting on the VCE getting on their back to try and get more money for sport?
Well, I'd really like to work closely with the welfare reps, but there's one campaign I really like to build on is the Disabilities campaign for physically and mentally disabled students, to show them the awareness and to show them the help that we've got around the university, because we've got a lot of help, but a lot of students don't know till their third year, and if we could have had more support, so I think I really want to put that in store as soon as possible.
I want to work with the university to make sure that students are getting value for money, because a lot of students are paying a lot of money for their course, so I want to make sure that they're getting high quality teaching, high quality facilities as well. I also want to make sure that the student experience is as good as it possibly can be for every student. Like, I've had a great experience, I want to make sure that everyone else does as well.
Yeah, fantastic. So just in one sentence then, what will be the biggest thing that you will aim to strive for by the end of the year?
Great funds and provision for sport, I would say.
I'm going to try and have everything that I put down on my manifesto.
Good answer.
In one sentence.
Brilliant answer.
I want to strive that students are getting value for money and having the best possible experience they can.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
And wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Now, International Women's Day has recently taken place in the Town Hall in Middlesbrough.
The event saw the likes of BBC Business TV presenter Steph McGovern and other prominent women discuss the social, political and economic achievements in a hope of inspiring others.
We sent our reporter Hannah Cheetham to find out more.
International Women's Day is an event held every year to celebrate achievements made by women and girls all over the world. This year's theme was Inspiring Change, aiming to raise awareness of the equality issues women face every day. Teesside took part in style with a fun event held at Middlesbrough Town Hall featuring live music, pampering treats, inspirational speakers and a variety of informational stalls. I went down to see what it's all about.
I'm here as a tutor from the college with two of my level 3 retrained students, and we're promoting courses and training for women to get them back into the workplace and get employment opportunities at the end of it. I feel very strongly about helping and supporting women because I've actually done that myself, and the two students that are with me today are also in that situation. Today we're getting out and working in the community, promoting the college. It gives people confidence and they get a professional qualification at the end of it, so they're employable. We work on employability skills as well.
This year's event has been made possible by a collaboration of local businesses including My Sister's Place, Middlesbrough Council and Teesside University. A range of stalls were on offer with valuable information about education, employment and domestic abuse. Amongst the inspirational speakers on the day was BBC Business reporter Steph McGovern to talk about her career experiences in the media.
The thing about International Women's Day is it's actually a great way to get loads of great women together, isn't it? And not just great women, but great people in the community together. So what you're seeing here today is lots of people who do loads of great stuff for women behind the scenes, you know, whether it's dealing with the charity element of it or, you know, education. There's a lot of people here doing very good things. It's a great way of being able to see what people are doing in the area to help people, to help women in particular.
It wasn't just information on offer during the event. Zanchim Martial Arts was also in attendance to offer practical self-defence training to women.
Most self-defence gets advertised like sort of Taekwondo, boxercise and things like that. Well, they advertise it as kind of a fitness system, and they say you can learn self-defence as well. But it's not really true. I want people to learn real self-defence that will sort of really work and not just land them in more serious trouble if they ever have to use it. It can be anything. It needn't be on a night out. It could be like walking to your car from work, that kind of thing. You know, there could be sort of somebody waiting for you. Then of course there's always kind of domestic violence as well. We sort of cover that as well at the same time.
Teesside University Media Department has long been recognised for providing opportunities for young people to break into organisations such as the BBC.
And last year, a mentoring scheme was set up with our local radio station, BBC Tees, to turn journalism students into broadcasters. Matthew Jones, one of these mentees, is now working at Tees as part of the sports desk. I went along with Louise Hobson, who will be starting the programme this year, to talk to Matthew about his experience. The media industry is one of the hardest to break into after university, but for one person, he knows this more than ever. Second-year student Matthew Jones, who works for local station BBC Tees, is perfectly aware of the skills needed to crack it. Having worked on student radio station Click Teesside for 2 years, he's used this stepping stone for his own success.
I've got a dream to be working in radio
in particular broadcast sports journalism in the future. And this kind of opportunity that's come up at BBC Tees has kind of like really given me a goal to go for. It's really given me, like, it's a driven focus, if anything.
Okay, so I'm going to be going over in a few weeks, and I just wanted to leech any tips I could from you. Do you remember the first day you went over?
We were all taken over as 4 mentees, and we were all introduced to our mentors. Mine was the chief sports editor of the BBC Tees, Paul Addison, who's been great to me and who's offered me a lot of work and offered me a lot of advice that will stick with me, hopefully, for the rest of my career. I kind of just talked to him about what I'd done, what I planned to be doing as well, and just hopefully I made an impression on what we said with him, because he offered me more work. Yeah, if you want to send your song requests in, text 60800, start your messages with Teesside, or you can call.
But being paid isn't the only benefit of these opportunities, as Matthew's time with Tees has bulked up his notebook with professional contacts.
Just learn different techniques, how you can use beds and music to kind of bring your package to life, so you're not boring the listener. I mean,
So you've explained that you went over as a mentee and you were introduced to your mentor. How did that relationship work? How was that scary at all? Did it flow really well?
Well, it helps that your mentor's a really nice guy as well, because Paul is a top bloke. But as well, I got to meet a lot of new people as well, so it wasn't just solely me and Paul working on things. I was introduced to Rob Law, who's been fantastic, James Mountford as well, Nicola Bell, Mark Drury, Andy Lamb, people like that, who've all helped me along the way. So it's not just kind of you and your mentor just kind of staying together. You get to meet a lot of people within the industry who as well offer you a lot of tips, and it's really good actually. It's a really nice atmosphere at BBC Tees. The newsroom's all kind of bubbly, and they work together as a team as well, which is the main thing.
Louise is one of 4 new mentees who will start on the 6-month placement at Tees later this month. But like Matthew, they'll need to grasp this opportunity with both hands to break into the industry.
As we know, community is of large importance in Middlesbrough, and often the forgotten part is the elderly generations.
Our reporter Louise Hobson visited local radio station Community Voice FM to spend a day with the station's Golden Voices.
Community Voice FM is a radio station embedded in the heart of Middlesbrough. The station aims to unite local people, reaching out to all ages and ethnicities. The Golden Voices project aims to get the older and wiser voices back onto the radio to inform and entertain the local community. I spent the day with the Golden Voices trio to find out what makes their show such a success.
Our team, we all work together, we have fun together, we do extract the Michael from each other, but at the end of the couple of hours we part usually good friends.
March the 15th, 44 BC, little did a group of Roman senators know their assassination of Julius Caesar would inspire the most infamous carry-on gag of all time.
I co-present the Golden Voices, and I've got my own show on a Wednesday, 12 to 1. We all take it in turns. There's no set rules about what music we play. We all just pick our own songs and we just put them all together on the playlist. He does like 3 pieces of classical, which we only like him to do themselves, because me and John can't pronounce the titles. The 4 of us never knew each other when we first joined, and now we get on smashing. We go out into care homes, and when we go in there, they're all sat there, slumped in the chair. By the time we've done the interview and put some music on for them, they're all up and out dancing.
Tony's waving a piece of paper here. Don't take it, it's the soaps.
March 15th, 1935, Percy Shaw founded his Reflecting Roadstuds Limited to manufacture Qatar.
We have no criteria. We don't tell each other what we're going to play.
And around the UK, we'll be throwing open their doors from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for people. I've been on the show a year. I enjoy coming here. I was unemployed, I'm unemployed, so I don't have a job. And I was depressed, and this cheered me up no end.
After spending a day with the Golden Voices, I understood exactly what this meant to them. It offered a chance to mix with new faces and develop a completely new skill set. It may just be coincidence that this creates a great show to listen to.
Now, although it may not look like it on the surface, Middlesbrough is packed with opportunities for filming fun and exciting things, and even more so up in the air.
as one group of TV and film production students found out when they were given the chance to film with Cleveland Police aboard their helicopter.
And with us now in the studio is one of the students involved. Welcome, Dermot Hughes. So, can you explain exactly what you've been doing?
We were approached by NPAS, which is the National Police and Air Service, to make 4 15-minute short documentaries, sort of documentary films, promoting what they actually do and how they've become a new service. Before, each department, each area in England and Wales had their own sort of airspace and had their own sort of each county. Now it's changed that NPAS is one whole official thing. It means it's there not only to save money, but also it's quicker response times, because now there's within 20 minutes of each area helicopters can get to, and more than one helicopter can go to the same problem.
So how did you find the entire experience?
Fantastic. It's still going at the moment. It's a very long project. It's going to be going on for maybe till mid-May, the way things are going at the moment. It's fantastic to work in a professional sort of way. I mean, everything we have to do has to be so professional. It's not like, sort of student sort of films. This is really, really professional for a professional company. So yeah, it's been brilliant, and I've got a really great team behind me, so it's going really well.
So can you tell us about what's been your favourite experience taking part so far?
So far, the best experience has been up in the air with them. There's a lot more to come yet, because again we're still be going to May, so it's going to be I think the best experience is going to be when we go to London. We're going to be flying over London, and we're going to be flying over London's Eye. We're going to be flying over Dover, and we're also going to Blackpool at some point as well. So yeah, I mean, the best is still yet to come, but it's been a fantastic experience so far.
How long does it take you to get down there?
To London? Oh, we're driving, not flying, unfortunately.
Oh, right,
Unfortunately, the public taxpayers' money won't go that far, first class.
No, that sounds great, and thank you for joining us today, and wish you all the best with the project.
That's great, thanks guys.
Now, St Patrick's Day is usually a time for drinking and fun.
So on Monday, I embraced my Irish side and made traditional soda bread, and this is how you can make it too. So in honour of St Patrick's Day on Monday, I decided to make soda bread. So here is how you do it.
You will need plain flour, self-raising flour, milk, salt and bicarbonate of soda. Preheat your oven at gas mark 6. Add 170 grams of plain flour and 170 grams of self-raising flour in a bowl. Then add half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, a pinch of salt, add a pint of milk and mix together with a wooden spoon. Once the mixture has become dough-like, sprinkle some plain flour on the side to stop it sticking, and empty the dough on the side, and empty the dough out of the bowl. Knead the dough together for about 10 minutes. Once this is finished, shape the dough into a round, ball-like shape, and using a sharp knife, put a cross in the top. Place on a greased tray and put in the oven for 25 minutes. Then remove from the oven and serve with some butter and enjoy.
So this is one I made earlier.
That actually looks quite delicious. How long did you spend making it?
I've been up since about 4 o'clock this morning.
Really?
This. Yes, absolutely.
Hard work, Ed.
So I'm going to invite our director, Kat Mudd, down to try some.
Cute.
That's right, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
No, so does everybody else want to come and try some?
Very nice.
Really good.
That's all from me, Alice Hawley.
And myself, Jamie Crow. Thank you very much for watching today.
Yeah. And this is goodbye from the TU team.
All the TU News. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.